Hi, I'm Steve Maltz, and talking about my books. This is book number 8, God's Signature. It may be if you've already seen it in someone else's hands. This is actually a reprint. The original one, which was done by another publisher, which was a bit of an unfortunate year in our lives, I think, printed this in a much smaller format, which meant the Hebrew words were very difficult to see. But despite that, it got fantastic reviews, and I have to say it's probably the best reviewed of all my books by ordinary people, in the sense that it's a book that you can read and painlessly learn Hebrew in a really sort of nice sort of intuitive way, simply by learning about the Bible at the same time. You do the two together. God's Signature is basically the Hebrew language. It's the language that God gave to man. The wonders of the Hebrew Scriptures is the subtitle there, and this is what it does. It traces through a whole history of the Old Testament, not necessarily the content, but how the Old Testament came into our hands as a sort of an English translation, going all the way back to when Moses went up Mount Sinai and God gave him the Torah. So it traces the history from those two moments, and it's a very fascinating history. Get to hear about the Masoretes and the Septuagint and lots of long words that you probably heard of but have no idea what they're all about. But it does teach you Hebrew from first principles, and it's absolutely fascinating how Hebrew really conveys what God is actually meaning, and how even by looking at the letters we can actually see what is being talked about in the text. So there's a lot of that, and by the end of the book you will have a basic idea, a very basic vocabulary and grammar of the Hebrew language, and then you can move on from there and read a sort of another book on the subject. So anyway, God's Signature, available now. £10 again, like all the other books. It's part of a package as well where you can get it cheaper. I think we're calling it the Bible package. So buy this book, God's Signature.